I've got right recruitment.
That's better.
Thanks, mate.
Alright, mate.
No. Bad way.
No, you're not as bad as me. After Monday night. Holy fuck.
You've had a bad couple of nights.
That's the worst night in my life, by the way. Ever. That Monday night live show.
Talk us through it.
Mate, before we go, so this is, I've not took this outfit for 3 days.
That's nice. It is nice, so it does go figure.
Well, I bought this the other day, right, before the live show, and I watched Gary Neville and Carrigan. I thought, they just wear stuff like this to go down? But for whatever reason, you and Andy are in my ear, put the brown leather suit on. So Scotty, I went out with a brown leather suit on, and the reaction for the crowd, nothing for him, wasn't it? No, it was absolutely brutal.
Never seen a brown leather suit on an orange leather body.
But then he goes like to the crowd, who's here to listen to Slaney's opinion and not one a wee guy?
No, it was a wee woman, wee bird. What? A wee bird up the back.
Mate, there was 200 people there, not one person put their horn up. And then
Imagine, it was a bad affair.
One of the worst. I genuinely think this will be my last show today. Honestly, I thought I don't see how you recover from that.
I just kept looking at you and pissing myself laughing.
Because
they two were like fucking, they were two were unreal.
Two powerhouses either side of me just going for it. I'm just sitting in the middle of that brown suit and thinking, fucking hell, what's happening here? And then I remember I was just started going a rant about Gary Neville. Out of nowhere. Nothing.
And I think your Van Bronckhorst. Van Bronckhorst. Your Van Bronckhorst. Ali Van Bronckhorst.
It's taking its toll on you, mate, innit? No sleeping much.
For 2 days.
No sleeping much.
No slept.
That's my last show today.
You need to back yourself.
Come on, let's liven it up.
Even with your gear, you didn't want to put the suit on, but you put it on because you thought that's what people wanted. And I spoke to you after it. Loads of brilliant opinions. Just back yourself.
I know football, but do you know what? Listen, I'll take anybody to town to football. And any of the fans, it's at the other night.
Oh, don't say it now, they're not here.
No, but I'm loving myself because sometimes I go in there, I'm just going to have a laugh, I'm no bother. Sometimes you play up to it and all that. Listen, if I want to go to school with any of them, I'll take them.
Just believe in yourself, mate.
We've not even said that.
Scotty Allan, wow. What a beautiful looking guy.
The most handsome man in Scotland. I'm putting that out there, I think.
No.
I think who's better?
Charlie.
Take managers out because managers are fucking gorgeous now, except for me, obviously. But
no,
you're Goodwin, McInnes. Who was the other one?
Goodwin's a great
looking guy. McInnes is another one. There's one more.
Martindale.
Callum Davidson. No, but I'm saying player-wise. Charlie.
He's got the face, but you've got the height.
See, when you stand next to him, mate, you just feel so fucking inferior, don't you?
You feel
so big, mate.
You feel pathetic.
You'd like that with everybody, but you know.
Pick a man when he's done.
No, it's obviously that's why I'm sitting beside you to make you feel better.
Who else players-wise think it's good looking? Anyone
I've never actually been asked to analyse the looks of players.
Right, well, let's see how we think. Joe Neal's got a bit.
Joe Neal.
Jota? No, not for me. Do you think he's good looking?
How do you play this? Because you don't want to go too hard.
What do you like about it? What do you like about it?
No, he's Portuguese tan, he's got the blonde hair and the long hair. He's like George Michael, and people say that he looks like him, so you can't be saying he's not. Jackie Marcus is good.
Nice.
I'm going to say Jackie McNamara when you said that. Jackie Marcus.
SPFL's quite ugly bastards, isn't it?
Oh, come on.
Who else? Big Porteous is quite good looking.
Porteous.
Got a bit now.
Come on, move on. This is rubbish.
It's because there's an empty,
Faddy, we went out for a few drinks after, didn't you, just to cheer me up? What was my dad coming in with 80 limits?
No, no stories. It was deep.
It just does anything.
Where did you go to the Brazilian place?
Brazilian, right? But it was no, we only.
Your dad's got a Brazilian, isn't he?
Nice to unwind. You should have came, mate.
I know, mate. I should have. But try to be professional, mate, wasn't I?
Then you never played yourself.
I know. Last minute
Next time.
But no, it was a great. Thanks to the fans for coming. They were good.
It was good.
How did it go on Monday?
It was really good, mate.
Amazing.
It was only meant to be an hour. It was 2.5 hours it went on for.
It was amazing. Probably, I think.
For one and a half, when they shot up.
You were on
I had a couple of pints.
Shane awards, mate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to stick 500 grand in your account today. I've never seen somebody talk so much in my life, mate. But it was good. It was good to watch.
It was brilliant. I think that's been open goal.
A couple of pints, I was away.
On a tangent.
But it was good. It was, but I was bursting for the toilet. And I'm walking along because there was a fan for each team, apart for
Aberdeen and Ross County.
A bit far for them. So I think
what was
we'd
it- what was
been
the
about
crowd?
5 fans in, and I'm going,
was
I can't
250,
wait. I can't hold it in any longer. I need to go to the
You went for a
toilet.
shite, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Nothing came out, mate. I thought I was going to had to put a pin in it.
No, there was
Nothing came out.
the fans were really good, mate.
Aye.
Halfway through, we were thinking about setting one of them up on the stage and sticking the wee man doing a Livy strip.
But I messaged the producer yesterday, is there any way you can edit me out the whole show? The kid on a wasn't there. Mate, actually, look, I tell you, but honestly, I'm educated in football, really educated. But with the way I found myself in my life, I'm so busy with knowing everything. Fingers are getting into everywhere.
It's hard, isn't it? Trying to know everything for every team.
But listen, I probably studied more European football, and it's bad that to know that you're in country.
You're focusing on the lower league, just the Lowland League as well.
Lowland League as well.
What about the A-League? Jason Cummins.
Oh, what a boy. How good is that, mate? They
Amazing.
called up
Have you
the
spoke to him,
World
Scott?
I spoke to him the night that he got, obviously, at the, what would have been the morning. He got the
Cup.
call.
Incredible, mate.
Is he buzzing?
Incredible turnaround, innit?
He must
Like,
have been so low,
seriously.
mate.
Crazy. Not just in football, in life, mate.
Life.
Just shows you done it.
But he's done really well in that league. I know not all of you watch it, but he scores, assists nearly every other week, you know what I mean?
I know you're at
He's got
Arbroath
that
now,
World
so, but was there never a chance of you jumping
Aye,
in?
nearly in the summer, aye. Just not for me, obviously, with my wee
Oh,
boy
yeah,
and
you
that,
get
so
your guy.
I decided to stay closer to home, but I wouldn't have done an Australian passport anyway.
Arbroath, similar, innit?
Aye.
How's that?
Big showdown at the weekend. Scottish boy against my boy. His boy with all the ability, my boy with zero ability, but just
Like Harry.
I think he's
You
been
can't have zero ability.
nah, he's got a wee bit, but I think he's been thingy to a man Martin Newman, your boy.
Has he, aye?
Just got to get tight to him, big Kev.
Will I see you up there?
See you up, man. Where is that? Cumbernauld, innit?
Cumbernauld,
I'll see you up,
yeah.
man.
Wait, is that Saturday, Sunday?
If it starts bad, mate, I'm just going to sit in the motor. Eh?
There's a wee hub, in fact, up there.
Is there?
Aye. Get a
Remember the
coffee.
parents that used to get sent off for the ref to the motor? Remember that? My dad used to get it all the time.
Yeah, used to be a bit, you stand behind, don't they?
Remember that?
So your dad actually got sent off in a boys' club game?
Aye, sent his motor. He was like, I'm not going. And the ref was like, aye, yeah. And eventually you need to go because the game's not going to go.
But do you used to get kicked up in the park?
Volleyed out of the place. But by the way, that
My
makes
dad
you a
got
better player.
escorted for the Gussie.
For Gussie Park?
Aye, under 17s in a Dundee derby. Escorted.
No chance. For what?
Try going to the ref.
You getting smashed it off?
I got 2 badgings and then I think it was
Wait, is you
Child
12?
Benedictus, remember him?
Big Benny, mate, what a guy.
Went by 1-2 and it's came with him, big straight legger. Caught me, well, managed to go on the pitch to the ref because he's no booked him. Escorted at the Gussie.
That's sensational.
It's the worst when they're sitting in the motor still watching the game, innit?
My dad never got sent away, but he was mental on the touchline.
Was he?
Aye.
What,
Like my
you?
Just like, kick him, do him. My dad's up the line going,
Who you?
I'll do you. Oh, you go on, keep taking him on, don't you worry, he'll not be doing anybody. If he does you, I'll be doing that.
That's sensational. I got sent off in a Blackpool tournament with a wee boy, but the ref liked open goal.
Right.
So I'm shouting on to the ref, and he's like, something about, oh, you got to talk about us on open goal. It was an English guy as well. And mate, I had enough of him, and he's like, can you leave the premises?
Do you see when you're watching your boys and that, is it hard when you're watching it?
I didn't go watch mine
In terms of what?
So like stuff like if he gets kicked, or is it? Do you feel that you want to go and shout on or?
No.
Nah, no,
No.
kicked.
No, just.
It's a good thing though. I think when they get
I
kicked,
tell the other boys to kick my 2 kids.
I think it's good.
I think that is good. You need to deal with it.
And then is
Can't-
it-
once you go on the pitch, it's the old cliche, innit? Once you cross that white line, they're on their own.
They're on their own, aye.
Where I struggled when I used to coach at the weekends, I struggled to keep my mouth shut was when other coaches were vocal.
Aye.
Aye,
Towards your kids,
Towards my kids, or even sometimes with their own kids. Sometimes I'd walk up
Aye.
to the other goalkeeper. I remember a coach was caning this young goalkeeper for it, and I went up to him and said, listen, you were excellent there, whatever. But then the coaches had a go at me for talking to his players. But I'm not going to allow somebody to speak to kids like that, or
Love that
and
thing.
that's where I don't. That's where it does, and that's where the winning thing. So we talk about. I think when you're a kid, sorry, getting it, but make it quick.
Take your time, mate.
Sure,
You don't
I
have
think
that time
you're
on Monday
company.
think about this.
Yeah, I counted.
You've been on a sponsor silence all week. This is
52
your
minutes.
chance.
I counted. I didn't say one word. 52 minutes. But imagine that. So on the kids, I think that at young age, it is healthy to put in a bit of competition. So there could be leagues there. The issue that you have got there is with the way certain coaches are, because they would take away if they go up a lead, or they would start wasting time and start forgetting what you're actually in coaching for is to
Make players
educate kids and
100%,
help them get better. Whereas if that's me or a lot of people, I winning's healthy, but you still have to have the principal side in there. and learning. But a lot of people I've seen at the side wouldn't be like that, and that's where you have to be careful with the winning thing.
See, when I was coaching the kids at Celtic, we were playing a boys club, and guy across was a wee guy, had a hat on, couldn't really see his face, so something's happened to our kids and their kids, and he shouted on, I've shouted on. Before you know it, mate, me and him are fucking, like, while the game's going on, mate, me and him are giving each other it proper. So after the game, I went up, I was like, what, he takes his hat off, mate. It was John Spencer that used to play with Scotland. But he was brand new, we were brand new after that. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I never realised it was you. But he obviously, his team were really good, mate, Matt, and our boys tried to play as well, so it was nothing to do with that. But
was that always the boys' club's a year older?
Year above that, but he was bang on, but it was like, oh, this is going to go off here, man. Because he's a hardy bastard, didn't he, John Spencer?
Was that him that played
He's sharp, mate. He was giving me
Chelsea?
a proper.
Rangers?
He played the Rangers and Chelsea, but a great guy, mate. After it was sat and spoke about football for ages, but
he was brilliant and all. He was
good player,
when I was coming through. Great guy, great player.
John Spencer.
Good. Right, what, on to Grosvenor?
Grosvenor Sport.
You didn't need to read that now.
No, double the odds, and any time you first sign up on your first £10 bet.
Where do you sign up, Paul?
gsport.com/open goal.
See, when you go onto that G Sport website, there's always another tab in the background that
Always. I can't tell you exactly that. That's the worst.
You only get it for a new sign up. Do you just keep changing your name to get your free bet every week?
That's a great shout, isn't it?
Well, we'll get in touch with Grosvenor and we'll let you know, alright, mate?
I think with the live event there, like, I think it's going to be massive for the I think it's going to go in a different direction. Well, I'll fall behind, but I'll not be going that direction.
Was it like the mate?
It was like the overlap sort of type thing.
It was brilliant. It was the guys like Faddy and that, and like, listen, if you're coming to that event, and it's no me put myself down or not believe myself, you're coming to that event and Faddy and Andy's talk about it, you're not wanting to listen.
But I'm on everything. I'm on the radio, the telly. If there's a game on, I'm on it. If you can come out with some information, they'll go, I like that, it was good.
But I've spoke to the producer. I'll not be back in one of these debates again. That's not healthy for anybody.
That's the first time I've seen
Andy had a wee chance last night, see it?
No, I never seen it.
Right for his legs.
That was the first time I've seen the Radio Clyde Andy.
Oof.
Was it?
Oof. Mate, was
It's good though, Anna.
Mate, the stats he had up his fucking...
No doubt, he when he was tired up before the show, remember?
Mate, honestly, see, once they jiggle like that time, mate, if you got a fucking Dundee United season ticket, you know every Dundee United result, every fucking scorer or assist, and I was like, I see Paul this fit,
He was
man.
sleeping before the show and all that, and we were like, liven up, what's going on with you? He was just waiting to pounce on us all.
He's a true professional.
You've come out and just ruled us all out, haven't you? Since you've come into open goal, taking us all out.
Changed the full direction of the show and everything, mate.
Aye, it's got a different level now. You're close enough behind me.
Just
For that show?
We're going to put this out there, mate. Me and you will probably need jobs. If anyone out there can... What would you like to... What will we do? I think you'd be great at washing motors.
Mate.
That jacket.
Double-sided cloth in it. Wash it and then buff it up.
What colour is it? Inside. What a shine you'd get off your motor with that jacket, man.
What colour is it?
Khaki green, I would call it.
What is it? Is it no grey?
Teal.
Gary Teal. Gary.
We not say it was grey and there's some light the other night.
Some lights it's grey and some lights it's green.
Aberdeen have spent $1 million this season on 2 strikers. That's how good they've been. Do you know what I mean? The recruitment let it 7 go. So if you want stats, I'll give you stats.
How good they've been. How'd they go in the other night?
Poor that. Very poor. But lads,
This is the last Coopman show.
The last Coopman show, obviously.
For the World Cup. Maybe ever as well.
Derek's been in.
Continues like
Derek was in the San Siro last night. His boy get beat 6-1. He was in it. Derek was in. Was at the game.
We got beat 4-0 with Trinity Juniors, so.
No, I'm just thinking Derek in earlier, but
right.
Stephen, he'll be shouting at the ref, won't he? He's been probably sitting at the car park, Derek, isn't he?
Stephen.
San
Siro. One game left before the break. How important is it that teams finish on a flyer before the World Cup?
It's every team you're looking at saying they need to get to the break, but they need to finish it well. I think there's a lot of teams that are going well, I think, but there's teams. Rangers need to finish with a win. Motherwell need to finish with a win. Kelly, looking at that game, need to finish with a win.
Last night,
Hibs. But you've got teams that just want to get to this break, get their players back and try and
work and stuff.
Just get a bit of freshness. Because, and listen, I feel for every one of them, the amount of games they've had to play, some squads are better equipped to deal with it than others. The amount of games they've had to play for this nonsense of a World Cup, when it is.
It's nonsense.
It is. It's terrible. It's putting a strain on on players, it's putting a strain on teams. Managers then become under pressure because they're having to play.
Do you think boys are a wee eye on it now? Boys are doing across the world.
You would do.
100%.
See, Benzema's not, is that right? Benzema's not playing for Real Madrid?
Seen Guti came out and came for him.
You've got to, because it's no normal. Like they don't have
It's such a big hit
preparation.
for players as well.
They finish at the weekend. The first game's next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Aye.
So there's no. Normally, it's you finish your season. You've got maybe a month. If you've got a knock, somebody gets a thigh strain, a calf strain. They're out. They're out of World Cup.
I wouldn't put it
Manny?
past a few boys this weekend getting a few knocks and missing it as well, like throughout football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would. I don't.
England's next Monday. You know what I mean? Next Monday, first World Cup game.
Aye.
Is it?
Aye.
That's crazy, that.
Middle of November.
And when's the last league game? This Saturday.
Aye, so the following week.
So he's got, Gareth Southgate's got a week to prepare for his first World Cup game.
Aye.
It's a fraud, that World Cup, innit?
But wee Manny.
Shouldn't be happening.
Manny.
You're a wee Manny, what about him? Do you want it?
Is Manny missing out?
Manny's just been injured and that's him missed out. And listen, we see players should all play for their clubs. I have sympathy for players that don't want to play for their clubs. And a World Cup's an incredible experience. Now they're paying your wages, you need to play, of course you do, but a World Cup's one of the best
Pinnacles.
things.
Pinnacle,
Great words, aye.
So you're looking for is that the word you're looking for, wee man?
For a while there,
There
mate.
you go, you can take that, wee man.
It's tough though because teams. I know there's no loads based in Scotland going, but the teams are going to try and finish this part of the season well. Like last night, Harry Kane plays for Spurs, and everybody's saying, "Why is he playing?" Conte wants to win a trophy. Spurs don't win trophies. They've not won one in.
Whose idea was this? Who was it?
Sepp
Oh,
Blatter.
no, but what a name was it? Blatter? What was Blatter to toe that old bastard's balls, would you?
Have you ever seen a video of him falling down the stage? Seen that?
No.
Brilliant.
I seen the video the other day. The boy that goes on and throws all the money at him. Seen that?
I would do the Coop and Show during the World Cup. No.
But a good idea
Well,
though,
geez,
isn't
your winner then. Geez, your winner. World Cup.
it? I think based on managers
Love
alone,
Argentina to do it.
Aye.
Did you watch that Messi thing?
What, his speech before?
No, yeah, Don. He's going to back it up as well based on managers.
the best
Germany.
manager. Germany's got the best manager, Hansi Flick, the most qualified manager.
Most qualified.
Smelliest buzz.
You don't know.
Jockey Low.
Does he do that?
Jockey
Does Flick
Allan,
do
Well,
that?
Flick was part of Holcomb Lowe's coaching staff, so he must be a part of it. He must be involved in the ball
Part of
sniffing.
Right,
I'd love to see
Argentina, who
Messi.
you going?
I fancy Argentina as well.
I'd like Argentina to win it.
England zero chance, eh?
I don't know because nobody thinks they're going to win it.
But they're
Defensively.
I know, I agree with you, but that's
Do you
just
think
going
he'll
to
get the
be.
best
Barry
of the players?
Maguire
Doesn't
doesn't
he?
know.
He's the
I'd
best
Barry
players.
Maguire wins a World Cup, mate, I'm never coming back.
yeah, I'd play 4 right backs. I'm not joking at their back line.
They're going to pick 4 right backs.
What about this?
they've
Is
got-
should Maddison get in?
I think he should. I don't think he will.
There,
but-
isn't he?
Should Jude Bellingham start every game?
Oh,
Every
yes.
game. Every minute.
He's brilliant. By the way, the Maddison argument,
This is going to be after the squad's been announced by the
Yeah.
it's this morning, isn't it?
Is it
2
right?
o'clock.
Oh, but we'll see if we've got it right. So will he be in the squad, yes or no?
No, he should be.
You think he will? Madison? Who's your take over him?
Can you take a player that's never ever played?
Scott Longstaff. No, his brother Matty Longstaff. The guy who was on loan at
I'll be
Aberdeen.
ginger boy.
Sean Longstaff.
Scotty Longstaff.
Do you think you can take a player though that's never played in Champions League, never competed for leagues,
Good point.
playing at that level, that top level? Do you know what I mean?
Theo Walcott went when he hadn't played a Premier League game.
I bet it was right. Think it's right to
I bet he never done anything, did he?
Aye, but no, Maddison's different.
can win you a game.
He's
Just in it.
he's the most on form player they've got in that position.
Aye, it's a golden
And
assist.
he's
Free
But
kicks
he
and that set
pulled out a
pieces and
squad
that as
once,
well.
didn't
The
saying he was
games are
ill,
winning that by set pieces
and then
now.
he was pictured out in a casino the next night. So
That's right.
it might be that's in Southgate's thinking. It might be that he doesn't like how he is in the camp. This is it's unusual that they're going to have a week's preparation and he needs to have a group that's all together. I'm not saying that's what it is, but if it's based on purely on ability, he should be in it.
Talking of camps, you and your dad going to camp the full World Cup. But with nice sleeping bags.
I wouldn't go
Just
there.
put a lie in the floor in yes, for the full World Cup.
Oh,
What snaps he's going to wear?
oh man.
Who are you supporting in the World Cup? Germany?
Oh, I'm a Messi man. I love Messi through and through. Paddy, I'm going to ask you, this is one of the best questions. This is one of the best questions ever, and it's good that
World Cup, let's get this domestic stuff.
Just one more.
Alright, sorry.
Obviously worked in an international setup. Gareth Southgate, they keep on saying, is based on loyalty. He's picking players that's no in form, but what they've done for him. Now, you can understand that. People cane that idea, but why would you know?
Steve Clark's a bit like that, isn't he?
So, Faddy, where do you stand on it? Should it be players on form or...
You need to get a
loyalty?
balance. You need to get a balance. I think you pick players that you know can handle it, and on some occasion there'll be boys that maybe don't play regular, but you know they'll perform when they turn up. I think the one way Harry Maguire's probably the big one, isn't it? He's not played at all. So for me, you can't take him.
Wow.
And his confidence is shot. Calvin Phillips
you
is another one.
With Harry Maguire.
No form or loyalty.
I think there's obviously players that will be in there as well who are good for the group that we don't see. You know what I mean? I think that was the main thing that they were. That was like when you seen England do well in the Euros last time, they were talking about away from the pitch, how close they all were. So there's obviously guys in there who kind of help that type of spirit. But in terms of Maguire, same as Faddy, like it's just. I feel for him, by the way, because the kind of spotlight he's under is just relentless. Like,
He came on up front last week. Did you not see it for Man U?
Who was that again?
You saw that?
Is he dropping into the 10?
He came on up front. They were
False
they
nine,
were
wasn't he?
playing.
False nine, he
They
kept
had to win
shouting.
2-0.
False 9,
He was peeling away to the wide area.
memes, aren't they?
He was
voice.
they were chasing a goal. They had to win 2-0 to win their group and avoid this playoff. And he brought Harry Maguire on up front.
Remember Stuart Pearce put David James on up front?
Aye.
That's what that's like.
Aye, and the striker was left on the bench. Who was that again?
Jonathan John Mackin, that was it. I want to ask, that's a good point though. Did you ever pick, getting down to name names, did you ever pick a player just because purely he was good around the place, good for the squad?
No.
Never,
No.
Always based on what form?
Well, you need... We didn't
You always
really
have your
get to
favourites
pick,
as well, don't you?
we didn't really get to pick the same players all the time, because you start out and then boys are saying, I don't want to play international football, or you're trying to build a squad. But no, you wouldn't pick somebody and go purely based on them being a good laugh or good about the place. But it does come into so if you've got a guy that you know is a good trainer, you know that if you need to play him or you want to play him, that he'll perform. But he's maybe not playing well for his club, or he's not playing at all. You pick him based on what he's done before and the fact that he can come into the group, and if he starts, he's going to be top class. If he's on the bench, you know he's going to train well, and about the place, he's going to be a good guy as well.
Good. Right, what we on to? Rangers?
Rangers, I told you.
The must win, wasn't it, for Rangers last night?
You go, mate. You don't need to wants to hear from me.
No, do you want to ask the question now?
Oh, you've just asked it, aye?
Well, no, does this take some of the pressure off Van Bronckhorst to this result?
I think there's still pressure there. I think obviously 7 points, is it still?
Yeah.
The old firm games are going to be moving forward. Big games. Will he still be that? The thing is, I 1-0, but it's not a good watch. It's not a good watch now. I watched a lot of the highlights back. Not really opening hearts up at all, and it's kind of been like that for a while now. They're just kind of getting over the line for the kind of 3 point games. So I don't know. I don't think it eases the pressure as such. No.
Ken looked back to his best.
Did he?
At times, aye.
But is that because he was playing against Andy?
But I don't know why. Why is, and I don't know if there's an injury, but why is Barry Mackay not started for Hearts? I can't get at that
It's a big
decision.
call, that, isn't it?
Played a lot of games, haven't he? No?
Surely in the big game v Rangers you would want your better
Well, a break
best
coming
players.
up.
Or
The
maybe
World Cup.
Robbie's obviously trying to keep it tight and then bring him on to kind of change the game.
Yeah, maybe.
Aye.
You just thought where Rangers were at that kind of point defensively, that Barry Mackay would be the type that could.
Aye.
It's hard
Cause
though,
them
because
trouble.
going into the game, everybody's thinking, oh, what a chance it is for Hearts to go and beat Rangers. But everybody said that about Aberdeen. And Aberdeen went and they were open and Rangers battered them.
Yeah.
So I think you go there, and as much as you're not going to like it, you go and you frustrate them and you make it hard. You try and get the crowd to turn. You make sure you defend, because they've still got good players that can cause you problems. But you know, Rangers they need, I would say they need the break more than anybody. Get the weekend done, win a game. get the players back, but I think the manager needs to make changes. I think he needs to change something. It gives them time to go and work on it. They don't play with enough. The tempo that they play at's too slow. They don't have. They're not a team that. I mean, Hearts would have to have worked hard. Of course they would have, but they're not a team that they should be. That you say that was solid. That was such a tough game. Hearts had chances as well, and they didn't take them. So they need to make changes. There has to be changes in the break. They need. I think there's 4 games when they come back off the World Cup. They need to get to January and they need to strengthen the squad.
Because if this break never came for Rangers, the gap could have been massive come January. I think with the way Rangers are playing just now, how Celtic are playing.
It might still.
They can still cut that as well. 7 points. It's not the end of the world. I wouldn't say 7 points the end of the world. They could.
They could, but you wouldn't be confident the way they're playing now.
I know.
They could do it.
100%.
What difference have you seen them in this year for last year, Scott?
The same as always, the intensity. Players obviously look like they're not as confident. Your best, you've lost Bassey, who was that back end of last season was so key for them, and Aribo with a bit of finesse in the final third. They've not really replaced that, I wouldn't say.
Hadji's injured as well.
Hadji's been injured for a long time.
They'll need to sign players, won't they? Some players in some positions.
Goldson, that's a massive loss.
Yeah, will he be back in January, Goldson?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what he's done.
They might need to bring a centre half as well in. You're looking at it, don't they?
Yeah.
They will, but they've got Goldson. They signed Suter, Hollander's there.
Davis.
King's come in doing well. They signed Davis.
Sands
fills in there, so
You need to probably get some out before you could maybe.
It's just, I mean, there's the drop in tempo. I think that I've seen them. I've not watched loads of the games that they've played in, but the games I've watched them, the 2 best performances were 45 minutes at Tynecastle, where they get the ball forward quick, they broke at speed, they caused teams problems and made them defend, and then Aberdeen. Ross County, they done well at home as well, which you would expect, but in the Aberdeen game, they had that energy, and that's something that they need to get back. Is it because of the amount of games they've had to play? Playing, midweek, they've picked up injuries, they're getting battered in Europe, and I know that people look at it and say, well, you're not saying they should win the games, but it still has an effect on you 100%. When you're getting beat heavily. Then you need to go at the weekend. Some teams are going to just sit and frustrate you and allow you to have the ball. And when your players aren't as confident and they're not as sharp, even mentally, then everything becomes a grind. I'm not going to cross it, he can cross it. Then you get the chance to cross it and it's over hit, or you hit the first man, and everything just seems to be hard work for them.
I thought you said got beat heavily there.
Heavily.
You liked the heavily.
Heavily was nice.
Nice.
I did.
You enjoy your wee blue wickets that you were thinking?
I ended up thinking
Red wine that boy was on.
So he was.
I was
changed, mate.
right.
So refined.
No, just because that was the place I was in at that time on that stage. I was like, I need to tank a bottle of wine here just to get through this. Genuinely was.
And then what did you
People
do?
for the crowd will just come out and give me a glass of wine every 5 minutes.
What did you do with the bottle?
No, but listen, when I said it and I was spot on yet again, last season Celtic found ourselves around about 6 points behind Rangers at this time of season, but the feel is completely different, and I think at this point, Scotty,
where did you get the Celtic sub jacket for? Who gave you it?
and I feel at this point, by the way,
Danny McGrain.
I'm trying to bet myself on a day. Are you an 80s aviator? There's no place to make this show anyway. I can feel it.
It's a brilliant point. And
it's a brilliant point. So, and I think that. What was the brilliant point again?
The brilliant point is Celtic were behind, but you could see what they were doing. Rangers are
100%.
struggling to show a real consistency of playing style.
And also, can I just say, I seen yesterday that Anne just came out and said the transfer business is done for January.
Aye, but did you hear what the next line was?
As in, he knows that they know who they're signing straight.
My God.
Did you hear what the next line was? I might use the World Cup break to plan for the summer.
Mate, Celtic have got their shit together under Big Ange, didn't they?
You're spot on there.
Remember, it would be like last minute, last day of January, 3 players would be coming in.
Aye.
This guy is
That's
on
what
it,
happened
isn't
to
he?
Ivy Lennon.
mean the dear Swifty.
How times have changed. Fucking hell. No way, what are you laughing at?
No, I don't know.
What a shout, Scott Allan.
before any use.
That's a shout of the show. Tremendous.
No, but they have Celtic have sorted them. But listen, it's not. Listen, for Rangers, you're right, Scotty, isn't he, over by a long shot? And as much as I don't think Rangers will catch them, right? But Celtic have lost against St Mirren. They've scored a lot of last minute goals as well, so it's not as if
Aye.
they can't drop points again. But that
But
being
they've
said,
had their best player missing during this time.
no, of
Remember
course, and Carter Vickers was like, obviously, but
Carter Vickers
that
been
can
missing.
happen as well through the season. But what Rangers need to do is they need to look at themselves. Don't worry about that, because their performances need to improve. And when you look at yourself, listen, that can you can never know. Clock
But I
back.
think what we're saying is like 7 points. It is not the end of the world.
No.
We still to play each other 3 times. From a Rangers point of view, you would say like the 2 home games at Ibrox or whatever. You would fancy yourselves to go and
They
win.
definitely can make it up. It's just people are watching them saying, right, how are you going to play? Like, you're getting wins, but you're not playing at your best. They need to find a consistent level of performance in order to bring fear back to teams when they're playing against them. To give their players that lift, to give the fans the lift that they can actually go and do it. And that's why there needs to be changes in this break. They need to use it to work on a style of play or how to get the best out of their better players, because too many times you watch their attack. Faddy Scott Allan the last few weeks has been Rangers' best player, and that says it all. Gerald made his mind up that he didn't want him.
Purely how direct he is.
That enthusiasm.
Taking, responsibility, trying to make stuff happen, and that's what they need for every player.
I do feel for Stevie Hammond. Every game he loses, mate, it's tight, innit? Well, Hearts at the weekend, 3-2 last night.
Well, last night Van Veen goes through 0-0
No,
and hits the post. I think the goalie was out.
Yeah.
And if that get, listen, I know that's fit when you can miss chances, but at least that's what I'm saying about it. But Motherwell are create these opportunities.
He's got an identity.
Got an identity. So, and listen, the results on it, but he's only in the job. And if you keep playing like that, then I think long-term success.
He needs to get the transfer window as well.
Aye, he's in recruitment.
Bring in his own players.
What type of player do you think you'd be looking for, Faddy?
A wide man. He'll be looking for wide players because he wants to build, get it wide and get the ball into Van Veen and be attacking and molt.
But every time I watch Van Veen, he's always drifting out to the touchline and linking it back, and then when they're putting it back in, there's nobody there.
Aye, he is a bit.
And he's good.
Would he
He's
be
good at
better
that,
out on the left, playing out on the left and putting Molt through the middle, maybe, nah?
It's just every time I've seen him, he drifts out of that to that channel.
I would
And
say.
he's good when he gets in that left channel, isn't
Takes him through, aye.
Comes
And maybe Malty's not been 100% fit, and maybe that's why it's not happened, or maybe it's because you then need your wide left to come in and defend as well. You need them to help out. So are you going to be asking
Van Veen to run back a pitch?
No.
Did you put Craig in it there?
I think he could do a job.
Curl it in.
And no stop macro for sure.
That's straight in the net, innit, every time.
No, listen, I think you're in every confidence in Stephen Hamill.
Yeah.
100%.
Aye.
Did you see the VAR last night with the Jota goal?
Aye.
That's mad, isn't it?
Are you talking about the angle where it was wrong?
Aye.
How what happened? Talk us through it.
That was the best goal ever.
Kyogo
It's one of the best goals you'll see.
Kyogo does unbelievable. Plays it through. He dinks the goalie, but the angle that they're showing the line, it looks if he's on, doesn't it?
Aye. It wasn't great. The
VAR angle was from
aye.
Celtic's
half.
What is it?
Aye. So it was the 18
The goal
yard
scored
line.
up there, the VAR angle was
Kelly
there.
Park.
It was 18.
Just in the slant at far back.
It was 18 yard line in Motherwell in the Celtic half because they didn't have another angle to show the full line for the pitch. I don't know, but
We've just pulled the guy out the mega bar to do the bar,
it didn't look great.
Stephen.
Didn't look great. What I will say is that the assistant referee flagged for offside once it went into the net. So
Some finish.
that was what a goal, man.
So many good goals getting wasted, innit, with VAR?
That Van Veen one's the
Van
best.
Veen one, mate.
That was the Van
Unbelievable
Basten.
at Tynecastle. Right, well, Dundee United, what a result for Liam
Massive.
Fox. 4-0, Hammond of Kelly. What does that do to Kelly? I get you could lose these games going up to Tannadice, obviously, but losing it in that manner with a team that were below you, how much can that dent their confidence?
It can, but I think having somebody like Derek McInnes, he'll make sure that they try and use it the best they can. Again, another team desperate for the break, and he needs to get players in as well. I think he's been pretty vocal about that because we need to remember they are, newly promoted, and
He's lost his best player with Lafferty, obviously.
and that is a problem. So I think just the manner in which they lost the goals were really poor, and something you don't associate with. You look at one of the goals. It's a long ball flicked on. The defenders are just on and watching it. Dundee United are piling bodies forward and they don't react to it, and you just think, well, you've not been cut open. It's direct. It's something that you would expect the back line of command to be able to deal with.
You didn't see Derek McInnes' teams getting beat that heavily.
No.
Often there.
They're set up well.
Three subs after 30 minutes.
Derek team's always difficult.
3 subs in 30
I didn't know that.
Did he?
Aye.
Love that.
You're
In the first half?
Aye.
Sometimes
you need to change it, didn't you?
Aye.
It's going to be a massive transfer window for him, innit?
Where else so what do they need? Do they need a striker to replace Lafferty?
Aye. Looking at it, how the goals are conceding, they need defenders as well. I just think you need to bring, as easy as it sounds, better players in.
Yeah.
It's not just right, the squad's a bit light, we need to bring players in that are going to fill the squad. You need to bring better players in.
But where does Commander go and get these players, Scotty? Because the budget that he's got, any player that's Derek would like, Aberdeen would be offering them more, Hibs would be offering them more, Hearts would be offering them more,
Dundee United
would be offering them more. So where do you find these players?
That's a challenge, isn't it? Even as much as the AstroTurf pitch.
You've Sunday League games in Kelly.
Livy's recruiting, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm saying Martindale's recruiting.
Definitely. Two guys like Stephen Kelly.
David Martindale's done that unbelievable.
No, that's what I'm saying with his budget
for what he
compared
gets
to
out of his players.
Aye, but your point is the players that Derek would normally look for is still as if he was Aberdeen manager. And these teams are going to obviously get the players before them.
That's why I thought I would a Scotty Allan in it, Kelly.
Still time.
Still
time. Innit? By the way, I called it spot on again.
Did you, right?
The Hibs fan going on about Hibs in a good place. The boos were ringing round Easter Road again last night.
So what was your point? What did you say to that?
I said since he's come in, it's been so up and down. It's been so up and down, aye.
Have you got the video of that? I'll need to watch it. I can't remember that getting said.
There was even a Hibs fan there, was there?
Yes.
Was there no Hibs fan there?
It was. But I didn't say that.
You did say it, didn't you?
I'm going to edit it out, so I'm kidding, I didn't have cut it out. But listen, I'll say to you now, I called it for months. Lee Johnson, I watched him at Select Park, knew he's a new manager. It takes time, he's got injuries, so I'm not saying at all, listen, replace the manager. But the damaging thing I'm seeing at Easter Road at the moment is boos are ringing in when Ross County scored a goal. That isn't a healthy place to be in at the moment. Now, we've got one game since the break in it. Hibs really need to get something to get. You don't want that atmosphere going about the place, aye.
But the point was made the other night is Lee Johnson's came in, I think he's brought in something like 12 players on my night, and Hibs starting team have got 8 players that were there last year. There's only 3 of these guys who've came in as some that are actually playing. So that just showed
that's incredible.
Do you know what I mean? That's where it's so important.
We spoke about that before.
Yeah.
And Martin Boyle, and that would have probably been a club signing. Martin Boyle's probably your best signing.
Yeah.
It's just somebody you know.
So important to get that recruitment
big
spot on it. And Hibs haven't got that right this summer, have they?
They've not got it this summer. And last January, last summer,
the turnover of players incredible.
So see, we've talked about this recruitment. Is Lee Johnson's picking these players?
No, not all of them. No.
So if this is what Hibs have done for the last 18 months, why is it, and it's not worked? Why is it still happening?
I don't know. I don't know what the structure is. You get it where people look at a recruitment team and say, well, the manager needs to pick the players, and for it to work, and the majority of times it is, the manager will say, look, this is how I want to play. This is the positions that I need to fill. These are the criteria of the player that I need. If you want to play, I need a left-footed right winger. I need somebody that will carry the ball, or I need somebody that's going to deliver it. I need a sitting midfielder that's disciplined. These are the characteristics. This is who we've got. I need somebody that's got the same attributes as him, but they come in and challenge him. And that's when the recruitment team go, right, we need to find this player. We've got the player we need to go and find them. They go back to the manager and say, I've got these 5 players. Have a look at the clips. You'll go through the clips, look at the stats, where they're playing, how many games they've played. You look at injury record. You maybe go and watch them, and then the manager decides, right, that's the one I want. Before all that, they'll find out how much it'll cost to get them, how much money, how much you're going to need to pay them in wages, and the manager decides because he's the one that's picking the team.
You look at, I always think these teams take so many risks. Like in Aberdeen, a lot of guys for abroad. Look at the team who's got it right, Hearts. The same boys that know the league, that maybe either down south or guys like Shanklin,
Yep.
Snodgrass. I'm not saying every team can go and sign that type of player, but I just feel like teams take so many risks when it comes
And
to
then you look at
recruitment.
Aberdeen's 2 strikers, one they've
They've done that. They paid money for. They paid money for.
I think the thing is with Hibs, it's went from one extreme to just something completely different, and that's.
Well, look at the best ones though, Scotty, that they have signed. Cadden, who played in Scotland before. Marshall, obviously, Boyle, who played before. It seems to me that teams don't look at inside the leagues as much as they should.
But Hibs, they change their manager all the time though, didn't they? They gave Sean that job, they wanted to rebuild it, and then they bring him out. It just seems to me, I don't know who's running that place, but it's no good, that's for sure.
No, it's no. I think that it's tough. You need to stick with one thing. You can't keep chopping and changing. And then if it is recruitment, who was doing it before? If the manager's doing it now and he's signed 12 players and he's not playing them, to change the manager, somebody else is going to come in with an idea of how they want to play. It's going to be.
If you've signed that many players, and then obviously you're getting good money for the club, and that amount aren't playing. If you're the chairman of a club and you're looking down, like, something's not right there. You know what I mean? There's no question about that.
Is it still his boy that signs the players?
He's the recruitment guy, isn't he?
See, if you're a manager and you came into a club and you didn't have the same sort of ideas as the recruitment guy, they would need to change that. Wouldn't they? They would need to change him, bring somebody new in, surely, to work with the manager who've got the same ideas.
No idea how it works, mate. I've no idea.
Well, it depends on how it works. If the one I spoke about a minute ago, if it's a recruitment guy who says, look, there's a player, you're the coach, that's who you've got, then that's a tough one. Because you don't know.
That does happen.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
But without the manager saying that what you said, I would like a left foot route in the right, or I want this certain player. Did he just sort of bring players in and the manager needs to deal with it?
I would. I need that left winger. Maybe not go into the detail of what his characteristics are, or what, how he plays the game. They maybe just go, there's scout reports on this player, we can get him for this much, we think he's going to develop into this player and we can sell him on for that. Go and make him better.
That's almost impossible for a manager. You look at the successful, look at Celtic.
So you didn't get to know what the guy's personality is like, whether he's going to suit the type of person that you want.
In some cases that will be the case, and there's always going to be an argument, because if even if you've told them what you need, the recruitment guy will push forward who he thinks is the best option. And if the manager turns around and goes, no, I can't have him, I don't like that bit about him, they're going to
go back and forth.
Argue about it.
I go back and forth.
So it should just be the manager now.
The manager's good.
It's his job that's on the line,
It should
isn't
be, but it doesn't work like that, does it?
But look at Celtic's recruitment since Ange's taken over.
That's all how's recruitment.
But you can then build on that when the ones you bring in to start with
They will.
do that. Then
The hard one is if
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
a manager comes in and wants to play
One style.
direct, and then you change your manager, and then you've got a complete different
But
manager.
that's why clubs should always have the same type of manager.
100%. That's the
in place.
the manager in the first place.
But Hibs over the last 2 years, every window we've signed players and they're still all there, but not all are playing.
Yeah.
And then if obviously Lee Johnson was to leave and they brought someone else in, you're the same problem again, except with more players. And then you want more players.
They're going to get money to spend on players because he's getting 10 million for Big Rocky in January, isn't he?
What a shout that was.
Who said that?
He said they offered him 10 when they take
5, didn't he?
No, it was 10.
Was it 10?
I seen 10.
I thought it was 5.
10.
If they offered it, say they would knock it back. Somebody's got to just tease him and put it in to see what he does.
But he said if somebody,
I accepted it.
but he did say that if somebody offered him a camel coat, he would take it for Rocky. See, the coats he wears brilliant. He's a character, isn't he? He John's you're getting para, aren't you? I've got to see the camel coat he wore at Parkhead.
Aye.
He's a character.
One name, David Martindale. Done it again.
Incredible,
absolutely amazing.
He's got a recruitment guy telling him who to sign.
Well
does
said.
he fuck?
Well said. But then
does
again,
he fuck?
his budget will be nowhere near your likes of your Aberdeens and all that, and where he's recruiting these players is absolutely incredible.
It's how he gets them to play. I was at the game on Tuesday night, and you've got Newbley, who's technically very good, playing wide left. He's a striker, playing wide left, tracking back, doubling up in the left back area. Every player fighting to get their win. They started pressing Aberdeen high and forced them into make mistakes, and they capitalised on that. Second half they just sat in and just absorbed all the pressure. Every player put in an absolute shift. Didn't have a shot and goal. Second half and they won the game because everybody buys into exactly what the manager wants.
Nah, it's how well he's
really
done.
is, like, genuinely.
Could they get in Europe?
Aye.
They couldn't they?
Aye. Why not?
Spirit of that. They boys have all been together for like 2 or 3 years. Aberdeen, who are challenging them, are a team that's put together this season. Do you know what I mean? That
last year,
gives Livy a massive advantage.
5th got into Europe last year, didn't it? So you look at last year, it goes down to the last game and who gets in with Ross County and Motherwell. Motherwell end up getting in.
People didn't even talk about the fact that he lost his best player in the summer.
Forest and Sybil. Sybil as well.
It's every year. It's every year they lose their best players.
Where did they find Nubly for?
Crazy, mate. No, it was not in League One at down south.
Was it?
Played with his brother, mate. His brother was the exact same. Big Frank. Great feet, big guy. Great guy as well. He signs the right types as well, doesn't he? You listen to the boy Nubly speak.
Aye.
He seems like a really good guy, doesn't he?
Aye.
But Stephen Kelly, another good signing for Rangers as well.
Aye.
What a signing that was.
Brilliant. Big balls as well on him. Missed a penalty against St Mirren. Here's one for you. And then goes up against Aberdeen and still takes the penalties and scores. And there's knowledge for if you want to know that.
Cut that out. Cut that out. It's Sean Kelly done that.
No chance! No, I was like, Stephen Kelly.
I thought it was Sean Kelly.
Oh, couldn't have looked at any better. Here's knowledge for you.
I'm sorry, mate.
I just got
decided to do it.
Yeah,
See if I did it, then they're going to go.
Very.
It wasn't even.
It's no hand.
Let's
It's
go to
easy
the
though.
right now.
S.
the knowledge
Kelly,
by
wasn't
phone
it?
half.
It was just
Let's
S.
go to the
Kelly.
heat right now.
I'm trying to come on and revive
Do you know
myself.
what's happening in your heat right now? A monkey's banging 2 symbols together like that. Cars are just crashing into each other.
God, it's so confident.
Aye, you were right. Just get the rank.
I thought you were me, Sean Kelly.
Aye, I thought that
Stephen
as well.
Kelly for Rangers.
The
You know how
new
we man?
midfielder.
He's a crack me player.
Who was he? Wait,
very
sorry. What club was he at
Rangers.
before?
He done well to
No,
come
before
through
Rangers. Who
Rangers.
did he go on loan to?
Championship team. Done well. Who was that again? I watched him. He was a crack player in midfield.
You're starting in the wrong
Is it?
place,
Like
mate.
what? Kelty, bastard. What?
Ross County.
Oh my god.
Got all that bit out. Champion did fucking
Are
well.
there fans in here?
Salford.
Is it Salford he was?
Salford. I know you Salford, so I said, yeah, man. I done so well this year, or you fucked me there with that.
I never.
You just sit there.
I couldn't let you.
Just shoot
couldn't let that just
Maybe
go.
can we just say though, and then I missed it, Ross County, brilliant. Beat Hibs, you spoke a lot about Hibs here, but Ross County, amazing.
Brilliant.
Especially they were getting a few bad
Situation
results.
they were in.
Amazing, because I don't mean outstanding Malcolm Mackay. I mean,
Money.
he's talking about losing his best players, lost him in the summer. Bad results, people saying are they going to get tipped to doing? Bang, another win, brilliant.
He's back.
Well done, Malcolm.
Well done.
He's back. That was brilliant.
That was-
just so confident.
That was genius, man. Right, we're on to Coop, lads. Last Coop before the World Cup.
Right, Slaney,
Here we go,
Hibernian, Rugby Fat.
2 each draw.
Oh, scored as well.
2 each straw. What's your thoughts behind?
Have no. Just went after this.
Aberdeen, Dundee United.
Oh,
Off.
Aberdeen. 2-0 win.
Saturday at 6 o'clock, that is.
It's a bad time, man.
You watch it?
People are getting ready to go, aren't they? Friday night, do it. Or Sunday. No, Saturday.
For the
That'd be alright.
Is that for the Americans?
the American owners, isn't it? the last time they played, it was the same, wasn't it? Saturday night kick-off.
Was it?
Remember at Tannadice? It wasn't it? Right?
4-0 it is,
Hey,
aye.
hey, there's a bit of knowledge for you, man.
What is that? What did you say?
The last home game at Tannadice was on Saturday night as well for the 2
Oh,
American
the Americans, aye.
Alright?
Don't worry about your country, you know what I mean? Don't show any of the games last night, but we'll care about America. Rotten that.
No, it's... Alright.
There you go. Huh?
Right, Rangers away to St Mirren.
Rangers away to St Mirren. Oh,
Oh, fat as an oaf.
and they've been good. St
Rangers will beat
Mirren.
them.
Rangers will do them.
With a scoreline.
You weren't going to say that until he said
3-0.
that.
3-0 I'm going to go.
3-0?
3-0.
Aye. No, aye, 3-0.
David
They've
Martindale
only lost
and his
one
Livy
game
boys
at
away
home
to
this
Hearts.
season. St Man.
They've only lost once away. Have they?
One home
yeah.
game.
Livingston away to Hearts.
They've only lost one home game.
Aye.
Have they? Wow. Do you know that, wee man?
Aye. Brilliant at home. Livingston away to Hearts. It's a hard one. Fancy Hearts. Just got a wee bit extra quality, but listen, Livingston have been excellent. I'll go Hearts there. That's me, what I've done.
This Hearts just edge it. Wee bit edgy.
I think just a bit edgy. The game will be a wee bit edgy and then Hearts will get outside you and Faddy.
Right, Faddy, ready, mate?
Aye.
I'm going to give you one that they've no gave you. St Johnston versus... This is a big game.
I
man.
can't
St
go
Johnstone,
against
Motherwell.
ever go against Motherwell.
Do you want me
I'm
to
going
ask you Motherwell? Because we know the answer.
I'm going to bet Motherwell.
Aye.
Would you go down every time, huh?
Aye.
Oh, yeah, aye.
Folk, aye, right. Kelly v Hibs.
I'm going to go for Kilmarnock.
Wow.
I just think they'll get the reaction. They'll make it they'll make it tough for Hibs. I'm going Kilmarnock.
Alright, St Mirren Rangers.
Stephen Kelly, eh?
That'll haunt you, innit?
I might phone him today.
Make sure you phone the right one.
Okay,
I'm going to go a draw.
Are you a draw?
I'm going to go a draw. I think.
Really, Faddy, eh?
See, every week, I back teams to beat St Mirren and they produce a result. And then the same Rangers, I'll go against them, and I went for them against St Johnstone where I thought it was going to be tough. St Mirren are going to be that, they'll sit back, they'll frustrate them, they'll make it hard, but they'll also be able to hit back up front. They'll go with two strikers, they'll cause them problems.
See, when you think about it, when you've just said that, like the two strikers up against a bit is like a king in a sense. They could get.
See when you sit back against a team that wants to go and play and dominate the ball and put crosses into your box, you can only do that for so long. You need to hit them back. You need to be able to cause them problems. I think St Mirren can do that. So I'm going to go for a draw.
Wow. Last, I think this is the toughest one to call. Aberdeen versus Dundee United.
No, Aberdeen won.
Wow.
Aberdeen played really well the other night. Dundee United did as well, but Aberdeen had chances to win that game against Livy, and I just think they'll bounce back. So I'm going Aberdeen.
You alright?
Scotty.
Come on, we'll walk you up.
No. Scotty. What is your last meal ever? if you had to pick one last meal ever, you can eat.
This would be a good. I'd
this will be good.
I think it'll be Italian. Isn't it? He's always up that.
I like British food.
Do you?
Aye.
What like?
Haggis.
That's not British, mate. That's Scottish.
I like steak pie or any type of dinners.
Aye. You're a pleb.
Aye.
So what you get 3 courses on this by
3 courses.
Nah, it's a bit of steak, wouldn't it?
Steak
Medium.
What
Pepper
size?
sauce. Creamy mash.
Tender stem broccoli.
I think
Long tender stem.
Nice that, isn't it, mate? You've got a
Tender
gallon
stem,
of
always nice.
Aye, a bit of seasoning. in it.
macaroni cheese on the side.
No, I'm not massive into macaroni.
What's your starter?
Starter would be
Lentil soup.
calamari.
Oh, nice.
Calamari.
Like how he's went with the fish and the meat.
Hey, I started this giving you a cuddle to try and pick you up. I'm going to finish giving him one.
There's me one.
There'll be some shine on your jacket when you cuddle. Watch.
Oh, listen,
Get your motor to cuddle.
And he's
Why didn't you go and give his motor a cuddle?
no, listen. Do you know what I did say? I thought you said Sean Kelly. Seriously,
you did.
I'm
I
telling
knew that.
I know you did.
He didn't.
I knew that.
No, I did. I genuinely just heard Kelly and it came into my mind, and that boy deserves the credit. And I think we've took that credit away.
We have a wee bit.
Boys, say,
Well,
say,